Yo, what's up guys, Teddy Striker here, and after UFC 300 and Alex Perez knocked out of Jamal Hill, who's on to the next? Who else is he going to take on? And I feel like there's several options that he has. Obviously, he can turn around and fight at UFC 301 in Brazil, because he took no damage in the Jamal Hill fight. Then he could potentially fight maybe, if he has another quick finish, maybe in August, and then maybe again in MSG in November. I feel like for his UFC 301 card, I think his most likely opponents are either going to be Jiri, Prochazka, Magomed Ankalaev, or maybe even Tom Aspinall. Who knows? But it's going to be one of those three guys, in my opinion. I think he's going to stay in the light heavyweight division. But I think his potential opponents this year are going to be Jiri, Prochazka, Magomed Ankalaev, Israel Adesanya, Dricus du Plessis, and Tom Aspinall. And I want to talk about who has the best chance to beat Alex Pereira, because a lot of these guys, they've been getting stopped by him. They can't strike with him. But I'm going to talk about who out of those five has the best chance to beat him, starting from least to highest chance. And to get us started, I think the fighter that has the lowest chance of beating Alex Pereira is Jiri Prochazka. Now, I'm not saying that Jiri can't beat him, but I think out of those guys, he's got the lowest chance, because he's already been in there with him. He was doing good, but Alex Pereira revealed that his game plan was actually to let Jiri kind of, lead the dance and wait for him to make a mistake, and then he capitalized on it. So now that he knows that he can't hurt him, and now he knows he can end these guys at 205. He's gonna have more confidence. He's gonna attack the legs a lot faster. He's gonna go to set up that left hook, because he knows he can put him down. And he's going to be expecting the grappling from Jiri too. So I think that it's going to be a harder fight for Jiri. And Jiri's going to have to make a lot of adjustments, with those leg kicks, because we've seen Rakic was landing a lot of leg kicks on Jiri. I was expecting Jiri to defend them and be more prepared, but he's got a very wide stance. That's how he generates his power. And yeah, he just couldn't check those kicks. And Rakic doesn't have the leg kicks that Alex Pereira does, and that's why he was able to survive as long as he was. But with Pereira, you could see Jiri had to become more aggressive, because he couldn't take many more. But yeah, I think that Jiri has the lowest chance of beating Pereira, but he still has a decent chance of winning. And I have Alex Pereira as a favorite in that matchup. Now, the next opponent I think that has the lowest chance of beating Alex Pereira, I think it's actually Dricus du Plessis. And this might sound a bit disrespectful, considering he's a champion in the middleweight division, and he's been the underdog several times and proved a lot of people wrong. But I think that the fact that he's going to be moving up to 205 is going to take away one of his biggest strengths, and that's his strength advantage, because he's very strong in the middleweight division. We've seen it against Robert Whittaker, the way he was kind of taking him down and somewhat ragdolling him. I don't think he's going to be able to do that to Pereira, because Pereira is just constantly getting better in the grappling this whole time. All these guys are trying to strike with him. And in the meantime, behind the scenes, he's working on his grappling, because he knows someone's going to eventually try to take him down. But Dricus, I think that's going to be his main game plan. Striking-wise, I think that if he tries to do those blitzes, he's going to get countered with some hooks. Adesanya countered Robert Whittaker. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna have too much on the feet. He has a kickboxing background. He's got some pretty good head kicks, leg kicks too. But I do think that Dricus is open to those leg kicks. He does shell up, and then he'll kind of back up, and if Pereira is pressuring him a bit, getting him to shell up, those leg kicks are gonna be open for him. I think it won't take that many, and then Dricus is gonna try to rush in for a big shot, and he's gonna get clipped. And I don't think he's gonna have the power to hurt Pereira either. He does hit hard, but Strickland was able to take a lot of those shots, and he was able to work with a jab. That jab was landing consistently on Dricus, and I think Pereira is gonna find that jab as well, and find that left hook eventually. Now, the third fighter who has the lowest chance of beating Pereira, I think, I wanted to put him at second, but I think I'm gonna say Adesanya as number 3, because Adesanya would be moving up to the light heavyweight division, and Pereira seems a lot more durable in that weight class. He seems a lot bigger and more powerful, and I think he's gonna pressure Adesanya. He was having a lot of success in that second MMA fight that they had. And yeah, he was able to land those leg kicks, and it really was impacting Israel. And Israel, like, his game plan was to come at Pereira and take him out, like pressuring Pereira. But yeah, he was getting caught a couple times on the way in, and Pereira was ultimately able to win the pressure battle, but he got caught because he got too aggressive. And I think that he's gonna be more laid back in this one. He's gonna be a lot more patient and take his time. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough fight for Adesanya, especially in the light heavyweight division. Yeah, I don't think Adesanya is gonna be able to take him down either, because he's just gonna be too big. Like, unless Adesanya puts some serious like size and strength, I think it's gonna be tough. But the only way I would see this fight happening is if, Adesanya beats Dricus in August, and then he beats the winner, Khamzat and Robert Whittaker, in like November, and then Pereira, he beats Ankalaev, maybe he beats Jiri, and then he fights Tom Aspinall, or maybe he doesn't, like he just beats Jiri and Ankalaev, and then in 2025 they have their trilogy. And in my opinion, I think that would be the biggest fight in UFC history if both of them are like on win streaks with their titles in each weight class, and Adesanya fights to unify his belt. That would be incredible. But hopefully Adesanya really bulks up for this matchup. But because if he doesn't, I feel like it's not going to be as competitive as it would be if they were on an equal playing field. Then the second fighter who I think has the highest chance of beating Alex Pereira is actually Magomed Ankalaev. Now Magomed, he's very open to leg kicks. He likes to strike, but I think in this one he's going to have to grapple. His striking is not as clean as Pereira. Obviously, he was getting pieced up by Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz was landing those kicks at will. Like, Magomed was done for. He had to wrestle for his life. And I think in this matchup, if he goes in there with the mentality of, oh, I'm going to knock this guy out, he's not as good as me on the feet, he's going to get starts. And I think it's not going to take too long. But I've seen him in the Thiago Santos fight, and as soon as he got hit, he went to clinch right away. But with Pereira, you can't let him hit you. And if he's smart, puts his ego to the side, I think he can actually beat Pereira with his grappling. Like, he's probably the best grappler in the lighter heavyweight division. So why not use it? Maybe not like in terms of submissions, but in terms of getting the fight to the ground and just like beating guys with his, top pressure, like with that Dagestani wrestling style. But if he just goes out there and really tries to strike with Pereira, it's not going to end well for him. So this guy's going to need to grapple as soon as the bell rings. And I think the fighter with the highest chance of beating Alex Pereira is actually Tom Aspinall. Like, this matchup has been talked about for a while now, because Pereira, when he fought in the MSG card at UFC 295, apparently he had like his stare down with Tom Aspinall, where he was trying to size him up or something. And yeah, that fight's pretty interesting because Aspinall's a heavyweight. This would be like the toughest opponent, in my opinion, for Alex Pereira, because Tom Aspinall has some really good boxing. He's been working with Tyson Fury for a long time. He's got speed. He's got power. He's also got some good leg kicks too. And yeah, Pereira, like, he does have some good power, but how is it going to hold up against a heavyweight, And I think Tom Aspinall has the best chance of being able to knock out Alex Pereira, because he's been in there with some proper heavyweights, and he's like laid them out. I think he's going to be a problem with Pereira. But that's just on the striking part. I think in the grappling is where he's actually going to win this fight. He's probably got the best grappling all around out of all those guys. He's got a powerful double leg. And once he gets on the ground, like, he's got some of the best jiu-jitsu in the UFC. So I think that's going to be a very bad matchup for Alex Pereira. And I would actually favor Tom Aspinall to beat Alex Pereira.